Welcome back to another episode of Misplaced Garage. I have printed pretty much every single diagnostic or wiring harness diagram and all that sort of stuff, and I also wrote down what each wire does in each one of these terminals on the harness, and tells me what it does, where it goes, and what I need it to do, or if I don't need it. And so I started going through the first terminal, and I've actually been able to basically remove, I have not taken them out of the harness yet, but I have set these aside because these are wires that I do not need, because I will not be in need of like the tail fuse telling me when the tail lights light up, because I don't need that. I'm going to be running an entirely separate harness, so cut that right out of this harness and I don't need it anymore. So I actually decided to take a break from going through all the wiring because my brain can only handle so much wiring in one sitting. I believe I simplified it a lot. There's a lot less wires here. I also cleaned up, put all that leftover harness from the Miata harness into that bag just to keep it separate, and I'm tired of a bunch of wires being on the ground. So that is all spare wiring. If I need to connect another wire, I'm sure that same color from here will be in that bag, so if I need it in the future, I'll have it. Simplified that a lot down. I think I removed a total of about 11 wires. Well, they're not removed, but they're wrapped up. So those can be set aside, and I can eventually, once I get a de-pinning tool, I can take those right out of the harness. There's a couple more wires that I got to deal with, but for the most part, it's simplified down, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna go back here to the trunk and continue with the wiring that I was already doing. I added new connectors to the harnesses on the side marker lights because I did not like the way that they were set up, so I rewired both of them in the back. Those are good to go, they just need a connection on them now. And I'm going to actually run the harness for all these connections back here and see if I can get some lights going. Alrighty guys, well here goes the first start to wiring up the trunk. I separated these three wires because I'm going to need them later on. I just don't need them now because this car does not have a factory trunk light nor a dome light. So I plan on adding that in later on, but these wires will go to nothing as of right now. So I'm just gonna kind of wrap them up and leave them to the side for now. And I'm gonna worry about all of the lights on the trunk side and the marker lights. I use bullet connectors for the side light because that's what was already on the car, and I don't really see a purpose for changing that. And I'm going to be using this style of connector. You can see I tightened it down and then put a heat shrink over it. I really like heat shrink. I think it cleans up any look. And now I'm going to be just connecting it to there and then daisy chaining it to those two. So this may take me a very long time, but I am actually going to be soldering every single connection that I possibly can. I've already done one here. Alrighty guys, well I'm here back in the garage again, and last I left off I completed this left side tail light, other than grounding it because I don't have any spare ground wire, and the kit did not come with ground wire, so that's something that you should consider if you plan on buying one of these. But I've got it this side mostly correct, I believe. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to test it quite yet, just because I haven't hooked the battery side up yet or any of that, because I don't really have a battery for this car. So I'm gonna do this side next. Got the trunk mostly wired up. The only thing I have to do now is run some grounds, but I don't have any ground wire for that, so I'm going to buy some of that eventually and then throw that on, because I gotta have grounds to this light grounds to the side markers and grounds to the license plate lights as well. So that'll be done in a future episode. First, before I get some lights going though, I have to get the battery all situated, and that battery is no good. That is the one that came out of this car. I tried to charge it up a little bit, but it did not work out. So that one is a core now, and I'm gonna go get one of the batteries out of my Cobras and bring it on in here, so then I can have a decent battery and know if lights work or not. You know, I wish I could make wiring more entertaining for a video, but it's kind of hard when I'm not very entertained. I mean, wiring is pretty much just process of elimination. Once you get one wire done, you move on to the next, and then the next, and then the next, and that's pretty much how wiring a whole car works, at least from a DIY standpoint. That's how I'm going about it. I mean, I wish I could make it more entertaining, but this is extremely time consuming. I think I'm probably already at least 12 or 15 hours into just figuring out where I want things to go and how I want them to be. And the rear taillights, each taillight probably took me 3 hours just because I wanted it to be nice and not just randomly tossed in there. I don't really like, when I come back to the wiring, or if I ever have to come back to the wiring, I want to just be able to like single out a wire and be like, this is the problem. So now this kit comes with this big old 6-gauge wire for the alternator, and from my understanding, I just have to crimp this little terminal on there, and then I can screw this onto that terminal on the alternator. Unfortunately, I don't have a hammer crimper, so I think I'm gonna try something different with that. But I should be able to slide this little boot on. If I know where any of my stuff is, oh, it's right in front of my face. I should be able to just slide this on with a little WD-40 on the end of this thing. See how that goes. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm also going to utilize some of this heat shrink because I really believe that you can't have too much weather protectant on a wire. So that's what I will use. Clean a little bit of that WD-40 off. Yeah, I mean, I bought 8 feet of heat shrink. I really like to not have any problems. No, I do not have wire strippers large enough for this, so I'm gonna do things a little different. Let's put it about right. Don't judge me on the way I do things, I just do things the way I see. Go around it, see if it's going off now. There you go. I cut a couple of those things, but that's not the end of the world. This is a 6-gauge wire, so I think there is plenty of gauge in there. That kind of just slides on like that. So I think I'm going to throw it in my vise and see what happens. I'm just going to crimp it down with my vise. Kind of okay. I think I'm gonna hit it with a hammer and a punch. Let's see if I can get that kind of crimping effect. That looks pretty okay to me. I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, as long as I got this facing the right way, I want the flatter portion of that sticking on the exterior of this hole, and I'm going to throw some heat shrink on there to hopefully keep this connection lasting a long time. It's going to take a solid minute to do it with this. I don't know if this lighter is gonna do it. I have an idea though. Will this do it? It's definitely burning my hand. I see no shrinking. My hand is literally burning and it's off to the side. Oh, it's starting to shrink. So I made that exactly to the specs of this booklet that they provided me. Fits perfectly. I mean, I don't really like that wiring setup. Maybe I can turn it or something. Good, I might have to break more of that plastic off. I broke one side off. But nonetheless, it fits on there, so that is fantastic news. Anyways, guys, I think this video is finished. Hopefully by next video I will probably have that brake bracket mounted down here and the master cylinder mounted as well, and hopefully I just might be able to bump start this thing and see if that starter still works and see if the engine still turns over. But anyways, guys, if you liked the video, please like, comment, let me know if you have any ideas down below about any of this, because I do go through every single comment and I read it and I'll like it or respond to you. So stay tuned for next video.